Hi, good afternoon, folks. In this video, Peyton Krebs and Alex Tuch. Let's talk a little bit about them and the deal coming up. I wanted to go just a little into the trade and how the trade's kind of unfolded so far in basically round one of this deal that we did for Jack, sending Jack over there and getting back these two big pieces. It sure looks like. Looks like these guys are going to be a big part of our future, guys. So far, so good with this deal. Now, I wanted to show you an article, John Vogel article in The Athletic. I went over, I was reading it. I found it really interesting, so I cut out some clips of it. I want to show it to you. And just go over a few things. It's only, I got about 4 or 5 clips there. They're not too long. And I did it again. I never wipe my glasses. I swear to God. I want to go over this a little bit because I found it really fitting what we lived last game, what we got to see happen. So let's take a look at this, guys. I'll show you the opening clip here. Here we go. And Sabre Sea pressure of Heritage Classic, just what we need towards taking the next step. Nice picture there, hey, after the game. And of course, Tuch, thinking right away of Anderson getting his 300th win. Guy's such a leader. God, man. And one of you had mentioned, I'm going to get to my notes, by the way, guys. I know I'm behind, but I want to let that simmer down before I get in there and start responding. My God, it was busy. One of you had mentioned like how he really, went to Olofsson, gave him a hug, talked to him and everything right after he scored, which I did miss, actually. I just seen Olofsson's reaction. He was back to his confident looking self, which was nice to see. But I did not notice. No, I did not notice, and I'll check it out. I'm going to look for the replay and see that. So Tuch, of course, is doing everything right since he's here. And you know what? To some degree, so Peyton Krebs. I mean, this is turning into a really solid deal. Really. Now, I want to go over some of their post-game notes of these guys just to have a bit of an insight and just look at what they said after the game, because it's important. It's important to look at these words and check it out and just see the simplicity behind it, okay? First one is Peyton Krebs. I'll show you that clip. Here we go. Okay. That was exciting. We're passionate about playing here in Buffalo. We want to do the best we can for this organization, and that felt good, giving Tuch a hug. It's just exciting. Obviously, it's one hockey game. They're a good team too, but that was nice. Sometimes saying the most simple things is just the best thing to say. Win or lose, just say the simple things. You don't have to go into explicit detail of how you're feeling, or it's not important sometimes. People like to see how players react under pressure, especially after a loss. It's very interesting to see how players react. We won this one, of course, but I watched that too. So Krebs kind of just played it low key there. And the first thing he talked about, it was exciting. We're passionate about playing here in Buffalo. It's about all I needed to hear. Really, that's all I need to hear. The rest of it's just icing on the cake. Okay, let's look at Alex Tuch, what he had to say. Here we go. And there's a bit extra added in there, though. So the fans would have exploded for a game-sealing goal by anyone, but it was Tuch beating Eichel, so the noise shook the cobwebs from the rafters. I knew the defenseman was going to rim it. Seeing that Eichel was on his back in there, I applied as much pressure as possible and got a lucky bounce. After that, I kind of blacked out. I just shot the puck as hard as I could on net, and luckily it went in. That one felt good for sure. Fans danced in the aisles, exchanging high fives, embracing in hearty hugs. This was their Stanley Cup moment for 21-22 season. Players enjoyed it too. The fact that he says I applied as much pressure as possible and got a lucky bounce. He's playing down just how big it was. He's bringing it down, and he's being honest. After that, I kind of blacked out. I relate to that. Jeez, in different ways. I just shot the puck as hard as I could on net, and luckily it went in. He's saying he got lucky. Twice he's saying he got lucky. See, he's just grateful, this guy, It's not about, I knew I had him beat. Once I got past him, he wasn't going to catch me. Nothing like that. And for me, that's important, to see these guys excited and being humble at the same time. That's hard to do. It's hard to do. And next one is Don Granado's comments. I want you to see this. Here we go. The season-high crowd of 12,437 came to boo Eichel, but it left with plenty to cheer about. Tuch and Krebs were high on the list. From day one, those guys came in with so much enthusiasm and excitement to be part of what we're trying to build here, what we're doing here, Coach Don Granado said. I knew Alex, so I knew how talented he was. Peyton, I was very curious. I couldn't wait to see him in Rochester. When I did, I was even more excited. It was a big night with both of them scoring. We feel very, very good about having those two guys. Well, that sounds like Don. I mean, he's always upbeat no matter what. And what he's saying there, what I like there is just like, he's saying from day one, not just this game, from day one, they came in with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement to be part of what they're building, attempting to build here in Buffalo. And that, guys, is gold for us. Because we don't want guys just because they're talented. We want these guys to be enthusiastic about turning this around. This is what we want. We want guys that have that mentality, because with the attitude follows the action eventually. So, and one last clip, guys. This is Craig Anderson. I don't want to forget him either. Okay, here it is. We've got a great group of guys here that are willing to do the extra for each other, and that's a credit to the leaders, our management, down to the coaching staff, and all the way down to the players. Said Craig Anderson, who became the 39th goalie in NHL history to record 300 wins. There's definitely a great camaraderie that we've kind of built, and we're going to continue to try to build on that. The roster construction will hit its next wave at the trade deadline, March 21st. Some of the veteran leaders will be shipped out. Picks and prospects will arrive. A full quarter of the 82-game season will remain, giving the team plenty of time to set a foundation for next year. And he might be one of those guys, but he'll always remember that he got his 300th win with us on a very special night. It was almost touching, guys, that, and I can go on and on about it, I don't want to, but I tell you, it was almost touching how the team forgot about themselves winning that game against Jack, and they focused on Anderson and his moment also of 300 wins. You recall at the end of the game. I thought that was so nice. I really did. That they all stood out. They were all there cheering him on, and it was really, really just a special moment for us this year. And it's about time we get one. It's about time we get something to prove that, you know what, this team is not dead and buried. This team is going through growing pains. Things will change. Things will get better. Things will turn around. It will take some time. We're not there yet. It's going to take some time. And yes, going into next game is another stepping stone. I mean, I believe it's 7 Sabres have played in that game. I read, can't remember for sure, but I believe it's 7 have played in an outdoor game. 7 current Sabres. So I don't know. I'll have to see how we do against Toronto, because this is another huge one. And if we can somehow sweep these 2 games, it's going to do wonders for the future. It's going to do wonders for the dressing room, and I can guarantee the rest of the season there's going to be nothing but an upbeat, positive attitude the rest of the year if we take this next game too. There will be anyway. That's what I'm saying. The losing culture's gone, guys. That team with the losing culture never would have won last game. No chance in hell. We would have had our heads down after, even let's say if we would have lasted as long as the Tiger, we would have had our heads down and that would have been the game. Not now. This is a different team, a different attitude, a different outlook. And it seems like there's a real fresh thing going on in that dressing room that we don't know. We don't see it, we don't hear it. All we see is the product on the ice and what we hear in the interviews. But from what I can tell, the way they were celebrating when Olofsson got that goal, something special could happen to close out the season. And that's my hope still, guys. It is still my hopes that, you know, how many times have I harped on that thing about it takes one game for a team to go like this, a young team. All of a sudden, the lights of belief go on in their minds, and it never is the same again after. I'm hoping that's what happened last game. We'll see. It's way too soon to judge that. We'll have to see the next 10 games what happens. So that's it. I'm going to do some more videos later on, guys. I just want to get this one up for now. I want to toss that one out there just to kind of wrap up last game. I don't want to go without mentioning our guys, what they said too. You know, it's important. All right, folks, I'll see you later on this evening. And I do have some videos that I know you've requested, guys. I'm going to be on those tonight. See you then.